What's up, guys? Ruben Velasquez here, aka the Nintendo God. And in today's episode, I'm going to be reviewing for you guys Fire Emblem Warriors for the Nintendo Switch. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's review video as much as I'm making it. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and comment down below what is your favorite level or character in this game of Fire Emblem Warriors. And with that being said, I'm going to be reviewing this game in 3, 2, 1, let's go. So Fire Emblem Warriors came out on both the new 3DS models and of course the Switch. And I believe in 2017, 2018, I know it was around when the Switch first came out. So, and it is basically a follow-up to the more popular Hyrule Warriors, which is based on The Legend of Zelda, that came out on the Wii U back in the day. And then, of course, later on the Switch. And, of course, now Switch 2 with Age of Imprisonment and stuff like that. But, yeah, Hyrule Warriors was like the baseline. And, of course, Nintendo started making other franchises of theirs into warrior-type games. So here we got with Fire Emblem Warriors on the 3DS and Switch. So, just like Hyrule Warriors back on the Wii U, Fire Emblem Warriors takes characters and, I guess just characters from all over Fire Emblem's long history. So you got Corrin fighting alongside Marth, fighting alongside Chrom, Lucina, Robin, Xander, and a bunch of other characters like Tiki. And of course, two new characters who are original to Fire Emblem Warriors, and they're basically the avatars of this game, which one of them was a male, one of them was a female, and I guess with Fire Emblem, like as it goes, I guess that's always been the case for some reason in the newer games. So the two avatars you can choose from is Rowan and Liana, I believe. And it's kind of weird how I couldn't remember her name, even though she was the main character I played as in the game. So, like in my playthrough of this game before this review. So it's kind of weird how I wasn't able to remember her name for some reason, because she was the main person I played throughout the whole game. So, but yeah, Rowan and Liana are the two main characters in this game. They're basically the ones that rally up all the other Fire Emblem characters to face a common enemy, which is the Chaos Dragon, who is some sort of primordial dragon that basically turned the world into darkness and stuff like that. But, if I wanted to get technical with the story, that would not really happen, honestly, because Fire Emblem games are very, and I mean very complicated with their story. I mean, yeah, some of them are pretty simple, like, Three Houses on the Switch as well. Like, that one's pretty easy to get by. Engage, on the other hand, on the Switch is confusing. I couldn't even finish that game when I had it on my Switch, but the Warriors games are also pretty confusing, especially with the first Hyrule Warriors and this one, because time travel and other worlds are involved and stuff like that. So it's kind of a weird thing with Nintendo in this game. Same thing with the first Hyrule Warriors, because the first Hyrule Warriors was an homage to all the Legend of Zelda franchise. So you got characters like Link, Zelda, Midna from Twilight Princess. You had Tingle from Majora's Mask. You also had Skull Kid, the King of Red Lions, Toon Link, just a bunch of characters from the Zelda franchise that are all in one giant game together. So that's what this game basically is too. It's basically almost all, because some of the Fire Emblem characters that you can unlock in this game are blocked behind DLC, so which is kind of upsetting. Also, what is upsetting is I checked and I played through the whole story, and I looked up the DLC for this game and everything like that, and there's no Ike. Ike is not in this game, surprisingly. There's Marth, Lucina's in the game as well. Crom is in the game. Robin is in the game. But base game and DLC included, yeah, Ike is not in the game, so which is kind of weird because he is a staple of Fire Emblem at this point because of mostly of Smash Brothers. Because he's been relevant in Smash for years and years. But I guess Nintendo and Koei Tecmo didn't think Ike was appropriate for Fire Emblem Warriors, I guess. I mean, who knows what the real reason was, but it's kind of sad that my boy Ike is not in this game, which is upsetting because this game is like based on like every Fire Emblem franchise imaginable. I'm surprised Roy isn't in this game, which is upsetting as well because Roy is my favorite. Well, should I say my number one favorite Fire Emblem fighter in Smash, but I should say my third favorite because I got Marth, Ike, and then Roy. Crom, Lucina, Robin, Corrin, not so much, honestly. I mean, I used to play a lot of Corrin and Robin in Smash for Wii U, but not much of them in Ultimate, to be fair. But yeah, it's just upsetting that my boy Roy and Ike are not in Fire Emblem Warriors. Not even as DLC packs either, which is very upsetting. I wanted to see like maybe it was gonna be like showing on eShop, pack of Radiance, to inspiring by Ike and stuff, which is upsetting because I liked Ike so much and Path of Radiance and stuff like that. But we do get Corrin, we do get Xander, Takumi, I think he pronounced his name Takumi as well. And now, of course, Corrin I mentioned already, Crom I mentioned, Lucina I mentioned, Robin. I guess with this game it's just like all the main characters that are more relevant, I guess, that are included in this game. Ooh, sorry. But yeah, the main plot is very confusing, and if I were to explain it, it would be forever to explain because it's confusing. But I guess I'll sum it up in like a few sentences. So basically the kingdom of Aetolis, which is a new kingdom made specifically for this game, like specifically. So the kingdom of Aetolis is coming under siege by monsters called Outrealm Fiends, and only the Shield of Flames, which can only be, I guess, enhanced, is with gleam stones from heroes from other worlds, which hence the awakening of these heroes like Marth, Crom, Lucina, Corrin, Robin, Xander. So basically, your avatar, either Liana or Rowan, either one, basically go and look for these gleamstones and these heroes from distant worlds, and of course fight Outrealm Fiends and stuff like that along the way. You also have to fight a few of the Fire Emblem characters, like heroes, because like sometimes they mistake you for an enemy, so you gotta like fight them in like a big map and stuff like that. That has actually happened a couple times in my playthrough of this game, which is got pretty bored pretty quickly. I mean, around like halfway through the game, the Fire Emblem characters like kind of like were like, okay, you guys aren't bad guys, so let's team up. Like it wasn't like that in the beginning of the playthrough. And trust me, it was like every single time I met a new Fire Emblem character, they wanted to fight me no matter what. Like they really thought I was the enemy in the game. But of course, halfway through, they're like, okay, you're good guys. We'll join you, stuff like that. After a while, it just kind of got boring with them, just always wanting to fight me, And speaking of boredom, yeah, this game got a little bit tiring and boring for me near the end of my playthrough. Mostly because, I don't know, I guess the warrior formula for this specific warrior game got a little stale for me near the end of the playthrough. It was around the point of the game where I was like 2 chapters away from beating the game. That's when I basically got bored of this game's gameplay and stuff like that. When I was near the end game, basically. But other than that, this was a fun game. 10 out of 10 all around. if you're a big Fire Emblem fan and you love all the characters from the several games of Fire Emblem and stuff like that, this game is perfect for you out there who loves Fire Emblem as much as me. Sadly, this is the only Fire Emblem game I own, so I guess for the time being, this is the only Fire Emblem review I'm going to be making on this channel. For the time being, at least. Speaking of videos, I guess now that I'm done with this video, I do have something important to say to you guys. This is my second to last video game review for the time being until I can get more Switch games, because the only other actual physical game I own on Switch is the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. And of course, once I'm done with that video, I'm probably not going to have... I don't have any other games to review. Now, I do have a DLC review in the works on Splatoon 2's Octo Expansion DLC, but that's going to take a while because I just recently started getting into the Octo Expansion DLC, because all I've been doing is playing Splatoon 2 online and stuff like that. So I have to get into the Octo Expansion a little bit more and beat that before I can review it. But other than the Octo Expansion DLC, I don't really got nothing else to review other than Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy and Splatoon 2's DLC. So, but I do have 2 videos planned. I don't know if they're, I don't really have an exact date, but I'll probably make them come out next week. And those are being, is the Nintendo Switch 1 worth it in 2026? And my thoughts on why Nintendo doesn't do achievements or trophies or whatever on their consoles, like on Switch and Switch 2. So yeah, those are the videos I have planned in the future. I really don't know when I'm going to be buying myself more games, because in July I'm going to be buying myself a Wii U and getting a bunch of games for that console. So I'll be able to review games by then. But until then, the only real physical game I'll be reviewing after this video is over is the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. I wanted to let you guys know about this because I don't want you guys to be worried about like when I'm gonna upload next, because if like this is my last video for a while, then I don't want you guys to worry and stuff. But yeah, oh yeah, and also since my Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy review is gonna take a while because I haven't really touched the trilogy on Switch since I got it. I think I only played I only beaten like 2 bosses, Ripperoo and like Tiki Taki or whatever his name is. So I haven't really gotten like knee deep in the trilogy of Crash Bandicoot. So yeah, that review video is going to be a while for me to actually make. So technically this is my last video on the channel when it comes to real physical games to review. So if you guys don't hear from me for like a few days till like about a week and a half, then at least you know why that I'm like gone for so long. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know about this. But anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed my review of Fire Emblem Warriors for the Switch. I will see you guys very soon for my Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy review. With that being said, this is Ruben Velasquez, aka the Nintendo God, signing out. Peace. Bye, guys.